Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Assemblymember Robert Rodriguez. I represent East Harlem in the 68th Assembly District, as well as parts of Central Harlem and the Upper East Side. We are dealing with the reopening of schools here in District 4. So we have Dr. Kristy De La Cruz, who is our new superintendent for District 4.
Thank you so much for the opportunity to be here.
For some of our viewers who are not familiar with the different models, give them the quick overview on remote schooling versus homeschooling. Absolutely. And what those means.
Yes, and I don't know if it's okay to show a slide because I have a visual. So I'll show you the models because it'll make it easier for you to see. So here's our programming model. This is the model 1, where you can see the visual of the group A, and this is where in model 1A, the alternating day is on a Monday, right? This is where it changes. In model 1B, you'll see that the alternating day is on the Monday right here versus the Wednesday. The other slide, just to give you an overview of where the schools are, most of the schools have either selected 1A or 1B. I put in the exceptions initially, but you'll see that most of these exceptions were either changing the remote learning day and or making it a remote learning day. And so there have been some changes with that. Some common questions that come up is, well, how many people in the district are selecting for fully remote? And this number changes every single day. And as of last week, about 53.8% of our families district-wide have selected for fully remote learning. We have 1,368 families who have chosen on the survey blended learning, and then we have what we call blended learning default, which is because they did not choose remote that they're coming to school. So that's some of the data that we have there. Technology and access. So this is a real area of concern, and we are working as a community. And I know one of the questions, whenever we have a challenge, where is the opportunity to support this challenge? When we spoke to principals, based on their needs in their school, we have a request of about 3,550. These numbers are changing because some of these devices, as you'll see, 406 devices pending, some of them are being shipped and are in the process of being shipped. We also have our principals. I have to give a lot of just extreme appreciation to our principals, also to our community members and or our partners we have received a lot of Donors Choose grants. We've also received support from the community of purchasing and or donating devices, and our elected officials have helped tremendously in this area as well. But this is still a huge area of concern, and we continue to work on that even as we speak, because what's happening now is a lot of our devices are either outdated, they're not working, families are coming to the school saying that things are breaking down, wear and tear. Another common concern, or what people ask about, and it's a #1 priority for all of us, is the health and safety of our students, staff, and families. And one thing that we've done as a community is we've created a protocol, an internal protocol, in collaboration with our UFT, our CSA, and our Director of Facilities about when there's been issues with school buildings and or the personal protective equipment, how we can escalate those issues to where we can get the supplies needed using our Director of Facilities. So these are some ways that we have supported our school community. A lot of times, and this has been in the news and the media, we have had some positive COVID cases, but right now it's been either 1 positive case per building and or beyond the 7 days of staff members. And so right now these have been staff members and not students of positive confirmed cases. Staffing request. So I will tell you, and again, this is a huge shout out to our Borough Central office, as well as our principals, and just as a community, we have been able to secure in-person supervision of our groups, but we are still short and or have a staffing shortage of teachers for especially our special ed classrooms. So when you see these numbers, we do have subs in place and or F status teachers and or our principals are strategically working to make sure that all of our children have in-person coverage, but we are still making requests and we still have a staffing shortage in the district. Some other questions that come up about our learning bridges. We've had about 400 applicants supply. That is for children and or families in the blended in-person instruction. Another question that comes up is about learning preference surveys. What if we need to change? Originally, it was a November 1st window, but we know that life happens. And if the principal and or the school building can accommodate the request, we have been, please, the first thing you need to do is reach out to your principal if you need to reverse this learning preference choice. It's always an honor. We have Nancy and Elio on our team who really support and are the bridge to our community. So again, thank you to Nancy and Elio, and I know that David and the rest of our entire team will join us as well. And a part of everything, and when leading in a crisis, it's about communication. And so all of our schools are having frequent town halls at the school level. And if you are not hearing about those town halls, please reach out to Nancy and Elio and or your school's parent coordinator, because these I know they're taking place because I've participated in them. And then also you can reach out to us if you need a link, because all of these meetings are virtually for our upcoming CEC meetings and or town halls. And that's really just a quick overview and or update about where we are as a district. And thank you, Robert, for giving me the space.
Oh, thank you.